Welcome to Module 2 of CCR for students participating in Kentucky's Alternate Assessment Program. In this module, you'll focus on what is being assessed, the employability and foundational academic standards for alternate assessment. Most people shorten the acronym to EFAS, pronounced with emphasis on the long E. Please take a few moments to download these documents before beginning the module. What is assessed to determine career readiness for students participating in the alternate assessment? The employability and foundational academic standards alternate assessment are the foundation for the career readiness measures. The Kentucky Occupational Skills Standards Assessment, the COSA, is used by the Office of Career and Technical Education to assess career readiness technical in the regular assessment. COSA standards were developed by business and industry and provide a common language, goals, and reference points for employers, students, and educators. All COSA standards include a list of essential skills common to all career areas. The essential skills within the COSA standards were reviewed for use with students participating in the alternate assessment. A narrowed list of those essential skills were selected and included in the EFAS. 40 students are included in the Employability and Foundational Academic Standards, including Progressions document. There was little change to the wording of the standards, essentially left as defined in the COSA by business and industry. Some standards do include the terms school and work, which were additions by the work group that developed the career-ready measures. Take a few moments to pause and look at the standards included in the EFAS document on pages 2 and 3. As you review the standards, note they are organized by 3 main areas: personal qualities and people skills, foundational academic skills, and workplace knowledge skills. The standards within the EFAS needed to be further defined to assist teachers, related service personnel, and employment specialists with providing instruction. So, progressions for the standards were developed for that purpose. Background information about the progressions begins on page 4 of the EFAS AA and Progressions handout. The listing of the progressions begins on page 6. The progression of a standard is helpful in planning how to teach a student. Instruction of the standards and progressions begins at the primary level. Intentional focus on instruction for students with significant cognitive delays must begin early in order to promote mastery learning. Notice the context or setting of the learning changes through the grade levels, expanding from classroom and school to community and worksite. The standard is included in bold font at the top of each progression and is considered the exit standard. This is the skill a student is expected to attain when instruction ends and the student exits high school. As you look at the progressions, you should notice that most, if not all, of the skills within the progressions are likely a part of your classroom instruction, whether you're at the elementary, middle, or high school level. Our theory of action is this: if we intentionally focus on these standards as part of instruction at all levels, and we collect data on progress, then students with significant cognitive disabilities have the greatest likelihood of skills mastery upon school exit. Pause this presentation and take a few minutes to look over the EFAS AA progressions. It may be helpful to jot down a few initial thoughts about the progressions, as well as 2 or 3 related instructional ideas you may have. This slide depicts a visual of the instructional process for the progressions. The standards will be taught at all levels, beginning at primary. The graph shows the widening of the settings or context of the learning as the student advances through the grades. This slide depicts a second point in relation to the progressions. When a new standard is introduced, no matter the grade level, the instruction begins in the classroom and then the settings are broadened. Also, the supports would fade to the degree possible as the student advances toward independence. In summary, the standards are the foundation for the two career-ready measures for the alternate assessment, the Employability Skills Attainment Record and the Career Work Experience Certification. This is the end of Module 2. The focus of Module 3 is the assessment of the standards by the Employability Skills Attainment Record.